Hello and welcome to SFR Season 10, not episode 2, Round 2, and we're here in Portimao in the southern Portugal. Just getting the tyres up and everything ready for the start of this session. We do not have S10 right now. I did not notice the first race of the season, so I'll get my standings up now as our first driver comes out, and that'll be the McLaren of Tellenbaum, and actually no, it'll be a Haas of Kilbert, I believe, because he's usually first out, and yes, it's Kilbert. I'm just getting the standings up now as we just wait. Oh, little drop there as GP5. SFR Mad G leads the way after a win in the in Bahrain. Oh, and no Mindful Wasp either. Okay. So obviously the standings, top three are SFR Mad G, Lewis 2205, SFR the Bear, and Feina Lion is top four. And should be all good soon as just seen a load of people coming out now, as I believe. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there we go. There's Mad G out. Yes, he's just came out now. He's our championship leader. Well then, that is a really nice helmet. And we just wait to see Kilbert now, who will be starting his lap. I'll just move it down to Kilbert actually through here. And there we go. He's starting his lap. And you want to go full ERS down into turn one. You want to keep it going. Oh, he's invalidated both. Kilbert invalidated while his teammate will be starting the lap. I don't want to mispronounce any names. I'm just gonna ignore. I'm not gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce it as he goes through turn 4. As I believe there's a McLaren spun in the background. And he set a pair for sector 1. He's the only person in sector 1 to set a lap time currently. I believe Hasbulla is also with him. No, Hasbulla is not. But he has still set a pair for sector 1, and this is the corner where you need to absolutely perfect, because you will slide absolutely everywhere there. And he's gone well, and he's gone over the crest, and he's going to come back up the top of the hill, and he's going to turn right, double right-hander. You want to make sure you don't lock up there. Uses absolutely every part of the track there. He's taking a very interesting line through there. Still setting purple sector 2 as he now comes around the final 3 corners. Comes around the second to final one with an escape road out of it as he comes down towards the final corner, and he'll dip, and we just see him dip down now, and he'll be heading towards the line to finish his lap unless he has a catastrophic error, which he did not, and he'll set a 1:18. Next line will be Marquetti, Tellenbaum, Banham. I'm guessing that is followed by Lewis, I believe that was, or was it Kefu? Do not know, as Mr. Wiggles, actually one of the Aston Martins, is setting a lap. I believe that's Team Red. No, it was S10 Doran who goes second. They're just picking out. He crossed the line. He's going to go P3 on the mediums. Just loading goes P4. S10 Maggi now invalidates his lap. We'll see where this lap will put him. This lap would have put him on provisional pole on the mediums. I believe it's Aiden now, and he will set provisional pole by 2/10 on the mediums. Great lap by Aiden, as I believe it has Hasbulla next. So he moves down to P12, and he stays in P12 after an invalidated lap. Lewis now on his out lap, and he'll finish that out lap just now and starts his actual lap. And Kilbert again invalidates his lap and cuts to the corner. I'm guessing that's to avoid getting in the way of people. As we now move up to Mark Querty, who dips down and enters the pits. He'll be followed by Tel Banham. As I believe, actually that is Lewis. No, it's Kefu who goes P2 on the softs. So currently on provisional pole is actually Lewis has just set a purple first sector. Kefu on these softs. He can probably go faster. He's on old tyres. Aiden can definitely go faster. He's on the softs. Incredible pace by him. Team Red, I believe, just gone P3. And S4 Magi showing some real pace. Speaking of S4 Magi, he dips down now, and that is another invalidated lap. And I'm guessing he's pulling off into the pit, and he is. So we now head back up to Lewis, who set another purple sector. He's absolutely flying in the AlphaTauri as he heads back up the hill and back down the hill. Again, we'll see where he finishes his lap. He nearly invalidated there. You don't want to go too wide there, because that'll be a double invalidation for this lap and next lap. As he now heads up to the hill and heads to the line, and it's a 17.7. Fastest lap of the session by 7/10. That is enough to cover the mediums off, so should be alright. Baker Reid, I believe. No, he's in the pits. MK Mount or Mohammed Gunner. It's MK Mount who's on an out lap. Then it's one of the Aston Martins. I believe it's S4 Dawn and the Vishvik gets in the way there of Mohammed a little bit as they head up there now. And one of the just gonna see if that's Kefu. I think it is Kefu because yep, there we go. Kefu's in it. Team Red. It's his teammate actually, S4 Dawn, who's going to pit first. Then Team Red and a McLaren in front of them. I believe who's next. It is a. Ooh. I didn't see who that was. It's Scooter Clem by the looks of things. Yeah, it was Scooter Clem. Then it's the Mercedes of Mohammed Gunner, who's going to set P17 after an invalidated lap time. Into the pits comes another driver. Cannot see who that was. Is this Fanny Lion now on his lap? Nearly invalidated there. I believe it's Tim in Forever 24 JG, who will pit now after a P8. I did not notice that when completely. Did not see it at all. Has Buller now to set his first lap time of the session. Technically his third, and he jumps 2 people and moves up to P11. An alright lap for Hasbuller. Fainline now goes P8, pushes Hasbuller to P12, and the Vicious Figure out of the top 10. I believe it's Kefu next, or is it Lewis? It's Lewis, as he's gone very slow down the inside at that corner. Kilbert goes past, and Kilbert will set an out lap. As MK Mount now, he's setting a lap. He's invalidated. He's going to go again. I believe next cross line will be one of the Alpines. It's Scooter Clem, and he heads down the final corner now. We'll see where this lap time puts him. It's looking good, and it's going to be P2. Still 7/10 off, and a 2,000th gap between first and second. S4 Magi now, our championship leader and last race winner. He's starting his lap, and this will be his only lap after he invalidated his lap, which would have put him on P2 on the mediums. Just loading, I believe, on his out lap. And one of the Williams, I believe that was then, and has Bullen now go for another lap. He's 7/10 up, and we'll see where that puts him. P12. Just loading and going very wide there, and S4 Magi. Oh, I think it's blocked him. That's what's happened. Didn't notice that, and that's S4 Magi's lap on the soft. He'll want to pit, and I believe Haas will be next, and that'll be Kilbert again, who's invalidated lap time again. And MK Mount will follow him as they head up the hill. MK Mount will stick that on P2. Another great lap. We're actually seeing a lot of track evolution here, because we've seen a few people absolutely fly through this circuit. Could just be a few people invalidating their laps and going slow wide to avoid getting invalidation. Scooter Clem stays P3. And I believe that was Mr. No, it was Tel Banham who just went higher. S4 Magi up it. He's going to go out later in the session, I'm guessing. Just loading on a lap time now. His last lap time was a 20.2. I believe one of the. Oh, it's Aiden again. I did not notice that. I did not notice that at all. And he's got a even quicker time now than Lewis. Only a 10th quicker though, and Lewis now on the softs right behind him. So it's not where he wants to be. S4 Doran now, he's on his actual lap, and he is behind the sorry, adding on. He is behind the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri's let him through, probably for the slipstream on the big, massive, long straight that they have down the back of the main all part of the circuit, and we've caught a spin. First spinner of the day, the 9th actually, and if you go too wide there, you'll get done for going the wrong way, because this game is very broken. As Scooter Clem, we saw him go past there. He's P4. Will this lap put him? He's 7 seconds up, and he's still not pitting. He's still going on the mediums. That is an interesting decision. As a few drivers go through, and there's just loading going up to P4, 1.8 seconds quicker. So clearly we have got some pacey drivers, as I believe that was one of the, it was Mad G. By the looks of things, yeah, he was just letting the McLaren through for his lap. And one of the AlphaTauris, and a spin and crash. I'm actually going to ride on board with Lewis, as that could interrupt his lap. As it's... Oh, he's gone wide, and that's going to interrupt his lap, definitely. And we want to see how that McLaren's crashed. By the looks of things, it looks quite obvious on how he's crashed. Because you have a little bit of time before the next car comes across the line, and I believe it's Kilbert actually, and he's invalidated anyway. So we'll have a look on the inside. Yep, just a crash, and you can see his tyre on the inside if we ride on board with the Aston Martin. There you can just see a lonely tyre, as it always is. As Baker Royd now on his lap with the Halloween helmet that was given out during Halloween, and Scooter Clem will be behind him by the looks of things. Yes, he will, sorry. 3/10 up on his last time. That'll put him P3. Such short gaps between P3 down, P3 downwards basically, to P3 to P9. Very short gap, sorry. As S4 Magic, I believe that was a spin there. No! That is messy at turn 1, and that's not what you want ever, because that could have been a very big accident for Mad G, and he could have retired. As the other McLaren now goes spinning to the inside out that corner. He set a purple sector 1. He does not need to invalidate the S4 Mad G, because he is on for provisional pole. At the minute, he's got the pace for it. Baker Royd now, where will he put his Alpine? He goes P12. S4 Mad G is now bottom of the standings. He needs to get this lap done, as I actually believe Aiden will be one of the next cars. No, it won't be, sorry. It'll be Hasbulla or Mark Worthy. Hasbulla on the outlap. Mad G absolutely pushing his car here. Heads up the hill now, and he'll head back down it. He's set another purple sector. I believe that was outdone by a car behind him. Didn't see what car that was. By the looks of things, it was no, it wasn't Big Road. It was one of the Mercedes. As now, here we go. Here's Mad G. Will he set a purple sector 3, or will he, or will he not? And it's going to be P2. Ah, so close for Mad G. As no one else was on the lap. MK Mount now finishing his lap, and we should see Mad G go for another lap. I do not know how long we've got left, as there's so many yellow flags on the circuit right now. 4 minutes left. Yeah, we just saw that. As Lewis's pit, he's happy with his P3 by the looks of things. He's on the good side of the grid, or he's either spun and hit a wall, which does not seem likely. Baker Royd moves up to P11. Just saw that on the leaderboard. Here Haas now to Kilbert, and we also see a Aston Martin, and we also see a Red Bull right behind the pair of them. It's Svaldor, and then it's Tim. Tim in the yellow flags. No one is around him. There shouldn't be any yellow flags. So we've got a game glitch as he heads down the final corner now. This has been a good lap for Tim. Currently P14. Where will this lap put him? Obviously getting a podium in the final race of the season last year, and this will put him P13. An alright lap for him, as Fainline, the person that is right behind him actually, he's just beaten, has gone 8/10 up, and Fainline instead of P14 goes P4. And he'll be followed by a McLaren of a Mercedes of MK Mount, not Mohammed, who stays P8. And just loading in. in the Red Bull, both the teammate of. Oh, and Aiden, I did not know to start again, and he's gone 6 tenths up. This guy is. Wow, this guy is way too quick. Oh, okay, so we could see a very quick driver and an easy win for RRL Aiden today, unless he spins and crashes, which we don't want. We want to see a nice big battle, but he might just only have the quali pace. You never know. I believe a Haas coming down the final corner now. And it's Kilbert again, and Kilbert will finally set a lap time that'll put on P16. Red Bull now, is it either Mark Querty or Hasbuller? It's Hasbuller. There's Hasbuller, as we basically had a safety car then, full yellow flags on the whole circuit for the start of his lap, as we now go green at the start of his lap, and Tim now dives into the pits. He'll want to get out as quickly as possible to set another lap time, as I believe it's Kefu now, just starting a lap or just finishing one. Didn't notice that S10 Doran actually. No, it's Team Red who's just starting an out lap. It'll be a Mercedes next of MK Mount who's pitting. He'll be followed by Joe. I'm gonna guess that's the way of pronouncing that name. He goes a 10th up, apparently, according to the game, but he's on softs, so he'll be a lot quicker. Is that a? I cannot tell. It's Aiden. Actually, it is Aiden. Did not notice that, and he starts another lap now. He'll be followed by Scooter Clem, who's starting another lap on the softs, and MK Mount is out in the pit lane. And a Red Bull's coming out. I believe that is either Gislodian. No, Gislodian's come back in. It is not. It's not him. No, sorry, it was just the. Oh, he set a purple sector 1 there as Aiden. Lewis on his out lap, and we're gonna follow the other Alpha Tauri, who's now finishing his lap and finishing his qualifying session. No, he's not. He's gonna go again. He's gonna try and go again. He does not have the ERS. Bad looks things. S10 Doran, no, does not finish a lap. It's Team Red who finishes a lap, and he goes P5. He's on the good side of the grid, the side that you want to be on at the start of every race. As Mohammed Gunn now with 20 seconds to go finishes his out lap as Joe finishes his actual lap. That'll put him P7. And look, the gap is so small between everyone here as Mr. Wiggles goes P12. And I believe it's actually Tim's came out, no point, and Aiden's gone fastest again, and he's 7 tenths up now. On older softs, he is now 7 tenths up. Joe's in the gravel, Scooter Clem pits, and that is going to be your final, yeah, that's going to be your qualifying. Unless Team Red has anything to say. He needs to gain 7 tenths, and now he's stopped having a go. And actually Lewis could have a little go here. He needs to gain 4 tenths, but he has just set a purple sector 2. He's gained 4 tenths to get that pole. And what will he get? Will he get pole? Will he get second? Will he get third? And it is going to be not pole, it's going to be second. Demote my G to P3, and Lewis goes P2. Yeah, he is definitely way too quick. I believe that's looking like GP, yeah, a good high high GP4, mid GP3 pace. That I reckon. It's way too quick for GP5. But actually, Lewis has set only 3 tenths off him. To be fair though, so yeah, P3 you are on the good side of the grid compared to Lewis. And you have got the exact same pace as him, as overtaking him now on the in laps. It's funny to see. Yeah. Get Aiden out. He's faster than my TT time, and I'm GP3 from smoke. I'm guessing that was. Yeah, he is way too quick. I mean, Magi's setting the same pace as Lewis, to be fair though, and they're only 3/10 off them. But compared to the rest of the field, they are very quick. Yeah, and honestly, this whole field has definitely improved a lot since Abu Dhabi and since the last time I commentated on them. And this has been, it's amazing to see how quick everyone is getting now. And it's amazing, honestly. It's good seeing very competitive, very quick drivers. Hopefully bad side of the grid isn't that bad here, because it's a short start. Yeah, the bad side of the grid is absolutely terrible here. I don't want to alarm you, but you do not want to be on the bad side. I was on the bad side in GP2 last season, and I got a terrible start and bogged down quite a lot of places. So now just wait for everyone. I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. As there we go. Good luck to everyone. I believe actually, wait, is that wet tyres on Mohammed Gunner's pit there? That looks very strange and weird. The wet tyres. I changed to mediums now, so that'll probably be what he starts on, or what he changes to later in the race. Is that rain? Is that rain? I don't know if it's rain. No, it's just the heat rising up. As Aiden goes off, Lewis goes off. Look at Mad G getting them up on Aiden already. Lewis, sorry, already. As you can see how bad the people in the even numbers are going to have a bad start. As just loading. I'll get the tyres up actually now. So it's a bit of mixed as Hasbulla and Kilbert collide on the formation lap. Not what you want to do, because your tyres will be stone cold, especially since they are on the good side of the grid, supposedly. And one of them is on the mediums. And Hasbulla is going to have stone cold tyres compared to Tim, who will have them nice and warm for the start, and he'll probably gain a position. And those two will probably drop to the near back of the field. Aiden, Lewis, Mad G, Fanny Lion, and there's your pit stops unless we have any rain. So Aiden, Lewis, Fanny Lion, Mad G, Fanny Lion, Team Red, Mohammed Gunner, Scooter Clem, Kefu, MK Mount. He's going very slow. Just loading. Mr. Wiggles, Svardoran, Baker Reed, Tim Hasbulla is already on the grid. Kilbert, Telbanum, Vicious Vicar and Mark Querty is your grid as they now come towards the final corner. And then they'll get the AI control and they'll head towards the grid for to just start the race. Yeah, I believe Aiden definitely needs to be moved up. Lewis, not so much. He was on the same pace as Maggi, and I believe Maggi could definitely set that lap time that Aiden set. Lewis set. But Aiden, easy GP4. He might get promoted after this race, even. So we now just wait for the lights, as every car is lined up. See the little green man in the background. As Aiden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on, and the 5 lights are off, and there's a jump start, and that is the Vicious Vicar right down at the bottom. And it's Tellenbaum, and look at Lewis, he's already got an amazing start on the bad line apparently. And it's already a great start, and looking at a few positions here, and someone's going very wide there, that's Joe. He's going to have to give those positions back. Lewis leads into turn 3 now, heading into turn 4, there's yellow flags in the background, and that could be an easy spin, and I believe it is a spin, as just Lodian moves down a lot of positions, hasn't got his front wing, yes he has still. Moves off to the left to let a few people through. He may have just cut the corner to let them through, to overtake them. It's Aiden, Team Red, Mohammed Gunner and Joe get past Feynline Team Red, Mohammed Gunner, Joe, Feynline, who's got a 3-second time penalty already, and we're only on the first lap. Mr. Wiggles, Scooter Clem, and they've swapped positions actually, so it's not the other way around. Baker, Kefu, MK Mount, Tim, Vicious Vicar, S10, Doran, Hasbulla, Marquetti, just Lodian, Kilbert and Tel Banham, who rounds up the field with a drive-through penalty after a terrible start. Lewis now leads the way, terrible, not a good line for Aiden, who's now under pressure from Mad G, and he's crumbled under the starting pressure and the pressure of being on pole, as Mad G's going to have a look around the outside into turn 1 it'll be. There's a 5-second penalty for Kilbert now, who I believe cut that corner a lot. No, he's gone wide, and he's had to take the escape road, and no, he's lost his front wing, and a virtual safety car as he's gone flying off the road, and he's got a 5-second penalty for it, which this game was broken for, as he's tried to avoid the the barrier. He's tried to avoid a penalty, and he's gone off wide, and there we go, ignoring yellow flags. I think they've both overtaken someone. That's Marquetti and just Lodian, and they've swapped positions near the back, and that penalty could get removed. So we do not know about 5-second penalties in this race, because they can be taken off if there's any need to do so if you're first time ever watching the S10 race, or you are or you've just joined S10 and you're watching this race. They can remove 5-second penalties if there's a good reason to, but it only depends if there is a good reason. So collision, safety car, or yeah, there we go, ignoring yellow flags. If it was quite obvious they were doing it on purpose, then yeah, but if no, then yeah, as Kilber goes to the end on the hards, I'm guessing so, or he's just waiting for a bigger safety car, as we're green again, as Lewis and Aiden and Maggie's right on the back of him actually now, as Feynline speeds on the safety car, and that's been a terrible start for him. 3-second time penalty on the first lap, and a drive-through penalty just now, as Aiden's now going to be using all his DRS to stay ahead of Maggie, but you don't want to use that, and you don't want to use that already, because DRS is enabled. I think he's just trying to stay with him, as DRS he'll get him on this next straight of Feynline, and again Kilber with a 3-second time penalty warning. He could be lapped first in very soon if he pits again. Maggie, and he's getting very close to the back. There is Aiden to Lewis. He's going to fall victim to him, probably on the straight, as disqualified from the session for wrong way is Kilbert. I believe that was for spinning in the infield bit at this next corner coming up, because that is easy to do, and it's unlucky. It's on the game's fault. That it's not his fault at all. He just spun. As Hasbulla is right on the back of S10 Doran here. Not being the best start for Doran, as I believe it's actually been a great start for Tim. He's moved up about 5 positions there. Sector 2 yellows, I believe there's been another spinner, or it's just the car of Kilbert getting moved out the way. As Lewis is under big pressure now from Aiden, as those two have kind of broke away already. As you see Maggie at the back there, he's probably going to be out in a second by the DRS zone, as these two are going to break away in a little DRS train by going one in front of the other and using the DRS off each other as they head down the straight now, using the ERS to stay ahead of them. That's not smart, considering you'll get DRS on the exact next straight, as Aiden gets fastest lap. Here comes Maggie now with the DRS open. Same for Team Red, as Lewis and Aiden swap positions, heading into turn 1. Might have been the undercut there, but no, Willie diving, but no, he's going to play tactical and get the DRS heading into the hairpin. These two fighting is definitely helping Maggie, who's looking out. He's in 4/10 of them. Oh, and very wide there for Aiden. He's got the DRS though, he's got the ERS, using the ERS to defend his Aiden, and he's kind of moved on to braking there, and he's definitely gone deep, and he has gone deep, and he's going to give the position, effectively to give the position to Lewis. He went very deep there, and that was not good by him, as Hasbulla moves down a position compared from S10 Doran. Now Aiden, and he's still within a second. He's within 3/10 Same for Maggi. No, he's not. That was just the game. Team Red as well within a second. Mama Gunner's out of the second now. And Scooter Clem is in that second. So they're all in a second of each other. This top 7, yeah. So that could be a nice big cluster battle, I guess. As Lewis goes very wide in, that's not going to help him heading onto the straight. As here comes Maggi, here comes Aiden, and they're going to head into turn 1, and they're going to head into turn 1 side by side. You want to back out if you're Lewis, because look how wide he goes. Just sorry. Look how wide Aiden goes, as he probably picks up a warning for that. As heading down into the next turn now, using his ERS to defend. It's not the smartest move because you'll run out of it very easily. I believe Maggi's saving it a lot, as no overtake right now. Aiden, he wants to break out of that second as soon as possible. Very hard to do on this track, as Tim and MK Mount swap positions heading into the hairpin. Will he try and get the switch back? Yes, he will. And little slide there for the number 42 Red Bull. As heading up the hill, they're going to swap positions, and a blue flag's already for Tel Banham. It's not been the greatest race for it. Oh wait, no, sorry, it's been an unlucky day for the McLarens, as they now. Oh, there's the leaders. I did not notice that. And the leaders are going side by side here as Lewis gets past them. One of them's going to have to get the DRS on next straight unless they're side by side. But that could definitely help Maggi if they're going side by side down this next corner, because he'll get the DRS and those two won't. But here comes Maggi actually, because Lewis does not get the best line, and heading into turn 1, and there's probably going to be 3 wide here as Kilbert's left the session. I thought that was a retirement, and they're not going to go 3 wide. They're going to go 2 wide into turn 1, and that is going to be a great move for Maggi. He's getting up position, and Lewis has got up position. Terrible straight for Aiden, who's now gone down 2 positions. And Team Red's now within reach of that battle, as he got him past Maggi. He got him past Mohammed Gunner, and Joe and Scooter Clem are battling here as Scooter Clem has left the session. Team Red just in the second, but he's still quite far off. Maggi, this is not the sector where you want to be behind. You want to be in the lead for this sector, because you're very far back, especially with the dirty air. It's not the best sector to be in. As Aiden now, they're all in within 5 tenths of each other. As very wide does Maggi go there. Uses every bit of the track there, but Aiden does catch up to him, and Maggi is losing time to Lewis, and they do look like they nearly touched there. As Team Red is right on the back of Aiden as well, as Tel Banham gets another 3-second time penalty. It's not the best day for him really, as sector 3 yellows as there's a spinner, and that is MK Mount, because he's picking up the penalty. He's got a 10-second time penalty for cutting, and that is the unluckiness. As Aiden, actually, we're going to focus on the lead battle here. He's going to wait to fight another day. As Maggi goes wide actually, and no, he's not going to wait as he hit the inside game. That's not what you want. That's not when you want to hit, because you'll definitely spin there. As Kethew and Baker Reed still fighting near the back here. Sorry, not near the back, near the edge of the point. As Doran and Tim are having a few battles here. As that is for P10 again. Maggi and Aiden heading up the hill now. Still no swapping positions back here, as that was a very scary time for Maggi, as he went very wide there. As MK Mount pits, and Tel Banham still very far back. The McLarens have had a terrible day, being honest. It's not what they wanted at all. As the sun now comes out in the south of Portugal, as Maggi could be getting the lead back here. As this battle will come down to the last lap, I reckon. This whole little battle that they're going on here, because none of them are teammates, so none of them are going to get held up. And as for Maggi now, he's within a second, but Aiden's within 3 tenths, 2 tenths even now, and that is going to be. Oh no, but Aiden pits. He's going to go to the undercut, and S4 Maggi's probably going to get overtaken here, as Lewis and Maggi are now under threat from the undercut, and they're both probably going to pit this lap to avoid getting overtaken by the Williams. He's made Kethew gets a 3-second time penalty, Aiden could get in a bit of traffic here, and that's not what he wants, because there is a McLaren back there, and they're going to go side by side into the hairpin. And what a move from Maggi, as he's going to push him wide as possible. And that is great movement, great battling from the two drivers. You don't want to go side by side through here though, and they're going to try it actually. And it is going to be Maggi who wins in that battle. And that is great battling from the AlphaTauri and the Alfa Romeo of Maggi and Lewis, as Team Red's just waiting for a collision. He wants them to collide, because that means he is in the lead. Oh, they have collided actually! And that is, oh! Speaking of collision, as Mohammed Gunnar now gets promoted to P3 without a front wing actually. As that front wing has exploded, as I believe Lewis could have some side pod damage from that. As, that is unlucky, as Joe goes up to P4, sorry, effectively P3, as Mohammed Gunnar has no front wing. Team Red, I don't think, has a front wing either, as Maggi is going to stay on another lap. And into the pits comes Team Red. Mohammed Gunnar is going so slow in that final corner, he's going to have to avoid everyone here. But Lewis is going to have another fight back, and he's going to try and get past Joe. And they're both going to have DRS. Both are going to use ERS, as Maggi leads from Joe, from Kefu. But Team Red, and Kefu, was that 3 wide there? I believe that was. As Bakeroid's going to go around the outside, and this is a big battle here between 4 drivers, as a collision between Team Red and Lewis has sent the AlphaTauri spinning and sent the Mercedes of Mohammed Gunnar, who's running really well, all the way back down to the back of the field, as Lewis is now 8 seconds behind, and Aiden now 5 seconds off the nearest traffic, which is what he wants. He does not want to be in any traffic, considering he's on the fresher tyres and he's doing the undercut on a couple of drivers, including Lewis and Maggi. He's definitely got Lewis, because I believe he's got side pod damage by the looks of things, as sector 1 yellows, as I believe after Mohammed Gunnar again spinning. He's now effectively driving on ice. I believe he might have got some floor damage or something as he jumped up into the air, on my screen at least, as that is really unlucky, as he did absolutely clatter the side of the AlphaTauri, who's now short shifting up a lot. Guessing that's to counter the side pod damage, if he has got side pod damage, that is, because he's dropping time to Maggi now, as he was way quicker than Maggi a couple of laps ago, as Maggi still stays out. He's obviously going to go for the 1 stop. Lewis using absolutely no ERS, because he has not got any ERS left to use, as just loading, and Hasbulla pits. Hasbulla has pit. Has he got any damage? I'm guessing not, as Aiden goes fastest man on the circuit, as Joe gets a 3-second time penalty, as he's under pressure from a lot of people here in Portimao. And Joe is under pressure from P4 and P5, but he's also trying to attack P2 at the exact same time as all of this is happening, as they all head towards the double right-hander where it's easy to spin. Does Lewis have a little slide? One of them does have a little slide, and that was Joe. You never want to slide there, because a slide turns into a spin, and a spin turns into a disqualification, as you face backwards and have to spin it back round, and you get unlucky, like Kilbert did on I believe that was the 2nd lap of the race, or the 3rd lap, I do not know, as I believe. Oh, it's still not a good line for Kefu. He's going to go, actually he's got Baker around the outside, didn't notice that, as now he's going to go around the outside. They're going to go side by side through here, and he's going to get the better exit than him probably, as Team Red pits. Kefu does not pit. I believe it looked like he was pitting, but it wasn't, as Bakeroid now and Kefu, and it's going to be Bakeroid that edges it just, as Joe pits. I believe no one else has pitted apart from obviously Aiden and Hasbulla. Lewis has lost a lot of time, and Bakeroid has lost a lot of time to Lewis, as Lewis now increases that gap, and he's losing time to S1 Maggi, who leads the race on 10-lap-old softs. And it's starting to look a little bit darker in this race, as we could see a little bit of rain near the end. Obviously we don't know, but Hasbulla and the two Ferraris are fighting, heading here into turn 1, and Hasbulla has got that move done for P14. He's gone very wide there, and and he's got a Mercedes actually trying to get past him, and that's Mohammed Gunnar, and he is going to get past him with the DRS assistance, most likely at least, and he has gotten past Marquetti. unless he tries to get the undercut on him, which he doesn't, and Hasbullah's spun, and that's P14 for Mohammed Gunnet, as Hasbullah spun and is now going to be under pressure from the other Mercedes, or MK Motors. S4 Magi's in the pits, and Lewis stays out on the 11th lap, old softs. Maggi pits, let's watch this stop, and it's looking good, and it's a one stop. We'll watch Aiden actually, because we'll see if he comes out ahead of him. He's got the DRS assistance. They're going to go into turn 1. You can see Maggi there in the background, and he has successfully done the undercut, but he has got an extra stop to do on those softs. He's going to be on the faster tyre at the end though, on those mediums, compared to Mohammed Gunnet, sorry, not Mohammed Gunnet, S4 Maggi's probably going to be at the end old hards. And you've got Maggi within a second of his teammate, any second now, because he's on the newer tyres compared to the rest of the field, and he is looking very, very strong as Team Red and Dewar look to have a little battle. I believe Team Red's got a bit of front wing damage maybe from the collision with Lewis, as we're going to watch. Actually, Bakery's got DRS on him, so those tyres are definitely coming off, or he's just slowing down due to his damage, as Lewis will watch him from Bakeroid now. Will he dive into the pit? He looks like he is. Yes, he's not. He's not going to pit. He's going to wait for the fresher tyres near the end, or he's going to wait longer for the hards. But he is in DRS now of Bakeroid, which you don't want to be in, especially around here, because the DRS is so strong. As Aiden gets past Tim in the Red Bull, and one is in the obviously in the sorry one is in the one's in the Red Bull, one's in the Williams, and the Williams is the much faster car around here right now, as there's yellow flags in sector 3, sorry, and it's MK Mount, and it's a spin, and he moves down to P18 after Lion gets past him. As here comes Bakeroid. He's right on the back of this AlphaTauri. It's where he wants to be. He wants to be glued to the back of the AlphaTauri. Lewis does not want to be glued to the back of the AlphaTauri, because that means he's at risk of, well, yeah, getting overtaken for the lead, considering he's currently the slower driver, as I believe someone got a penalty there, or it might just be my screen glitching, as Bakeroid is within a second, and he's within those 6/10, 7/10 that you need to get past on this big mad straight, no matter how much ERS everyone is using, and he's using all his ERS. Why is he using all the ERS? He's on 0% ERS now. You want to save that ERS for the very end of the race, as he's on 0%, as Scooter Clem moves up, as Kefu pits. Dora moves up as well, and Scooter Clem too, and Lewis has got a 3-second time penalty. That is definitely not what he wanted. As he's used all his ERS, he's now got a 3-second time penalty. And he's also got Bakeroid breathing down his neck with the DRS and the ERS to use, and he's not going to go for a dive here, as Tim is also in the pits with Kefu, as they both come out of the pits now. As Scooter Clem, he's waiting for the two cars behind him, two cars in front of him, sorry, to battle so we can catch up on the mediums. But Lewis is on very old softs, and you can have a look there. I think you can just see the line come in, so that means he's over 50%, 100% over 50% on those tyres. But Bakeroid's within 3/10. He will definitely be getting past him this straight, and I do not know why he's defending this hard for a position when he could just pit and get fresher tyres and probably go longer than Bakeroid. And speaking of pitting, will he do that? Yes, he will. He's peeled off, and he is going to pit, and he's given Bakeroid the DRS to activate and go a lot faster. As Scooter Clem's in the pit as well. He's lasted as long as the mediums as Scooter Clem, as Hasbullah, and the two Ferraris swap positions once again. As Gislodian moves up, as Lewis pits, Maggi up to P3. It's now Aiden, Gislodian, and Maggi. The effective top 3, but the top 2 are currently probably going to be, it's actually going to be tough to call the top 3, as yeah, Lewis is quite far back from that like league group, well, it beat the league group, sorry, right now. As you can effectively get rid of just Lodian, S4 Doran and Bakeroid, unless there's a safety car now, because MK Mount has spun again. As you can see, the gravel on his tyres. I was going to say, if there's a safety car now, that'd definitely save both Doran, Bakeroid, not both, all of Doran, Bakeroid and just Lodian, as they can get a free pit stop on their old tyres to newer ones for the rest of the race, or even for another part of the race, as MK Mount is now retired, and Tel Banham is now at the top of the is in P18 soon. As Feyenoord gets another 3-second time penalty, as into the pits comes MK Mount. Sorry, I did not notice that. That was my mistake, sorry. And next car to be lapped probably will be, yeah, it'll be Feyenoord. Unless the Vicious Vicar, sorry, not unless the Vicious Vicar. The Vicious Vicar has pit, as he comes into the pits now from P10 for fresh set of tyres of hards. I thought that was mediums then. I was like, why is he going to mediums to the end? Because that'll be not a good plan, because he's got to change for another set of tyres. As Aiden goes a little bit wide there, that could have been a penalty if he was unlucky. It's definitely a warning though, as Doran will want to fight as hard as he can. That's definitely what Maggi wants Doran to do, as Feyenoord gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits, and he'll probably be lapped at the very end of this lap, unless Bakeroid and Doran pit. As Mohamed Gunnet and Feyenoord retires from the session actually, as Mohamed Gunnet swaps positions with Forever 24, as Doran now is under pressure from Aiden as they head down the straight. Will he pit? No, he won't, as Bakeroid does pit actually, as they head down, and Feyenoord's got possession as they head into turn 1, and Aiden retakes the lead after not having the lead for a couple of laps, and Doran will want to fight back, but I don't think he has the tyres to fight back, as Mad J and just Lodian move up position. I thought they had swapped positions, they didn't, sorry, as Mad J still trying to catch up to just Lodian for that P3, but he knows he's going to pit soon, so it's just better to back off and save your tyres. But someone who won't save the tyres is Scooter Clem, who's on 1 lap old mediums, and he's going to push as hard as he can to get that P10 back, as Mr. Wiggles FF will be wanting to defend that P10 as much as he can, as they both get, as one gets DRS, one has ERS, and is one going to make a dive? No, one is not going to make a dive. As Doran is outside of a second again of the leader, as Mohamed Gunner and Forever 24 swap positions again, a little deep there. Did Mohamed Gunner but Tim did the exact same, as into the pits comes Mark QWERTY for a new set of hards. Aiden might get past him here, as Mad J is looking very good. He's currently on for a P2, unless anything catastrophic goes wrong. He's actually on for a P1, because Aiden has to pit again. As you see, his tyres are actually quite old, as these yellow flags behind, as I believe that was Mark QWERTY going very wide there, or spinning, and it went, yeah, it's not what he wanted to do. As into the pits comes one of the McLarens, it's Mr. Wiggles, and he is down to P13, probably P14, maybe P15. He definitely will be P16, as that will be behind Aiden and Doran, who have both lapped Mark QWERTY. And we're looking good for right now, as there's not much battles going on apart from maybe Mad J and just a Lodian, and there's not much battles going on up and down the field, as it's all sort of quietened down since the start of the race. As here we go, here comes Mad J, as sector 2 yellows, as it's a spin for Tellenbaum. Telbanham again, who's going to be lapped soon by his teammate. That's definitely not what he wanted. As off again, and I believe that's a crash now. Was that a crash? No, it was just off the wall for Telbanham, who's now going to get lapped by his teammate. As Team Red pits for a new set of tyres. Maggi and Gisloadian have swapped positions. Actually now the mediums are getting very old. I believe actually you might be able to go for mediums to softs in this race. Don't know. As Tim gets a penalty, and yeah, Bakery is looking to have a little battle here. 3/10 is the gap, and oh, Joe having a little spin there, half spin, not half spin even, little moment I'll call it. There, he had a little slide. As Hasbuller, oh, he's nearly at the back of him. Hasbuller misses his break point and goes very wide there. That's actually the vicious vicar has made a little mistake too. And it's allowed Hasbuller to go up to P13. Oh, nearly hit him again. As S4 Doran pits now, and that means S4 Maggi is promoted to P2. And we are done. There we go, and up to P2 he goes, and it is exactly what he wants. As Joe now pits as well, with S4 Doran already pitted. And I believe that'll be Bakery carrying on, and he'll be P5 with Lewis P4 after a disappointing collision for Lewis with Team Red earlier this race. After they were both in P2 and P3, P2 and P3, and one just hit the back of the other, and it just happened as there's yellow flags, as I believe that was a Telbanham again, or maybe was it Mark Querty? Yeah, it was Mark Querty, as he is in the infield of the double right-hander, which we've seen many people do in this race already. Most of them have been either Kilbert, Faney and MK Mount. I believe, actually no, MK Mount was at that corner there, the second hairpin. And as I said, it's all quieted down as Maggi retakes the lead, as Aiden pits. So we might have a little exciting coming to the end of the race now, as Aiden has pitted, and he'll want to catch up to Maggi and Lewis and Bakeroid even, because Bakeroid's going to the end, I'm guessing, and it's looking good for Aiden. He could be either on for a podium or a win, or it could all collapse on him with a safety car, and that'll eliminate everything as far as Doran gets a penalty. P8 for the Aston Martin. I believe he's just pitted for new softs, which will last him to the end of the race. Maggi now still leading away by 1.3 seconds to Gisloadian, who is on 20 lap old mediums, and to 5 seconds to Lewis, as there's sector 2 yellows even, sorry, and it's just a spin. It just happens sometimes, doesn't it? At the same corner that happened the last 20 odd times, and yeah. Well, anyway, we've got P7 and P6 here, Scooter Clem and Kefu, both on 5 and 6 lap old mediums. Scooter Clem obviously on the newer ones, still within a second of each other, and that has gone out. Commentator's curse, I guess. As just loading now pits on 20 lap old mediums, he'll be going to the end, possibly on softs, and probably on softs, and that is a great strategy from Gisloadian, as he's moved up a lot of positions there, and yeah, he's going to go on softs to the end, which means he's on fresher tyres than everyone, apart from the person ahead of him, which is S4 Doran. As I don't think anyone else has pit this race. Oh wait, Aiden's onto the medium. Yeah, oh yeah, he's got to go onto the mediums. Sorry, I didn't notice. I didn't know that. So I completely forgot that. Sorry. As Gisloadian's has to go very slow, as Joe goes very wide. As this has been a variation of strategies this race. As here we go. There is Telbanham again. There's 5 seconds now. It's the gap between Lewis and Maggi. Lewis obviously getting the 3-second time penalty, which will currently put him behind Bakeroyd and maybe Aiden later in this race. There's 12 laps to go. Yeah, it's all quiet and down. And there's Joe, and he's spun it instantly back round. Overheated his tyres 100%, but he has the Vicious Vicar behind him now, and he's on the heated tyres as he lifts off big. As the Vicious Vicar might go for a dive here. No, he's very cautious. Maggi's got a penalty, and that is not what Maggi wanted, as he goes very wide at turn 1, because that is where he got the penalty, as Aiden sets the fastest lap, and that is Aiden on for the win right now. And SFR Maggi making a massive mistake, as Scooter Clem also gets a penalty in P6. I'm going to actually bring up the penalties now. Who's got the most penalties? It's Kefu. He's got 6 penalties, 6-second penalty. Marquez's got 8. Yeah, so the most is 6. Kefu's got 6, and Scooter Clem's got 3. So looking good for Scooter Clem at the minute. Oh, there we go. There's another one, and it is Joe, who is P13 behind Hasbulla and ahead of the Vicious Vicar. We now move up to Scooter Clem versus Kefu again. Those two will probably swap positions on the straight as Kefu goes very wide again there. And there is a McLaren in the in, and I got excited for nothing. It is Tel Banham. It's been unlucky for him. He did not have the best qualifying, and oh, what a save. Gordon Banks. And yeah, it's not been the best day for the McLarens, as P15 and P17 at the minute for both McLarens, and it's just been a poor day all round for both of them, and a very unlucky day for both of them. Really, as I believe there's another spinner. No, it's just gone green. No, it's just gone yellow again. It's gone green, it's gone yellow, it's gone green, it's gone yellow. No, it's not. It's stayed green now, and it's probably going to stay green, hopefully, for the rest of the race. Unless someone else has spun, as has Buller Pit. Oh! Speaking of spins, SFR Maggi has a little one, a little slide there, and that's going to definitely lose some time to Lewis and Bakeroyd and Aiden. And most crucially, as there is Team Red on the inside, and there's a virtual safety car, and that is what Maggi wanted, because he can pit onto fresher tyres now. He can pit onto the softs, I reckon, and go to the end of the... Yeah, he can pit onto softs. That'll be a big risk, but it could pay off massively, because he'll only drop down to about P5, maybe P6 at most, and he won't even have that big of a gap to go to first. Will he pit? No, he stays. Will Lewis pit? No, he doesn't. Does Baker pit? Yes, he does. Does Aiden pit? No, he doesn't. Does Kefu pit? Oh, we've already gone green, as that is straight Bakeroyd races, and that's promoted Aiden to P3. As Tim gets a drive-through penalty, sorry, for speed under VSC. It's unlucky for him. It's what happens sometimes. As Joe and Team Red swap positions, and I believe that was braking to let him through. Oh, sorry, I thought that was braking to get the DRS. I forgot he was the one that brought out the virtual safety car. Oh no! Mr. Wiggles nearly hit him. Mr. Wiggles was nearly wiggling into that barrier and probably trying to wiggle his way out of it if he was unlucky enough to hit Team Red, as Tim pits, and so does Team Red. Tim is out. And Kefu with a 3-second time penalty, obviously 6 seconds, sorry, as Scooter Clem will just be in that, and sector 2 yellows as another McLaren spin, and it is Tel Banham again, as S10 Maggi still leads by 5 seconds, and I don't want to say it's been a bore fest, but it really has a little bit. But I mean, it's still racing, isn't it? Yeah, I'm happy with racing. As Doran and Muhammad gonna swap positions. As this, here we go. We've got a battle here. Hey, we got a battle. The Scooter Clem pits on 9.5 old mediums. He does not believe he can go to the end. As into the pits is Scooter Clem. as just Lodian gets past as well. He's within DRS of Bakeroid. And just Lodian is trying to get past Bakeroid here, wanting to get past them, and he probably will get past them down the straight unless Bakeroid uses ERS, which he doesn't. He's got loads of ERS stored up. Has Bakeroid. He has on newer tyres than everyone else on the circuit apart from Team Red, who just pitted onto them due to his unfortunate crash which brought out the most recent virtual safety car, which caused Bakeroid to pit. Believing he could make it out in time, but no, he got a 5-second penalty. Wait, no, that was Clemlock got the 5-second penalty, sorry. Bakeroid believed he could pit and get out in time and get a cheap pit stop, but no, the virtual safety car ended as Tel Banham gets another 3-second time penalty, as I believe Aiden just set a purple lap time, not a sector. As, yep, there we go. We saw on the bottom right, he got the purple lap just as we got onto him, and that's great for him, as he's now closing in on the top two. He just needs to gain 2 seconds in a couple of laps to make sure he has that the second place in the bag. And Maggi still leading by 4.7 seconds now. It's decreased, maybe another little moment, but we don't know really. As heading down now. Here we go. Heading down to lap 28. We got lap 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go now. We have got another 6 laps before we can finish this race. And we have the post-race interviews, which will currently be Asphalt Mad G, Lewis and Aiden in that order. And that has been a great near up the inside. He's tried to go of Joe and he has failed, as Aiden gets a penalty now, and that is Aiden needs to actually overtake them to secure, not just get within 3 seconds of the pair of them, as it's now an 8-second gap to the leader, and that is exactly what he wants. Perfect for Aiden. That's right, perfect for Mad G, as Scooter Clem sets a purple lap, as Mr. Wiggles, he's not using any ERS. Is Joe using any ERS? No, they're not, as he lifts off very early to make sure he gets that DRS for the next straight. As Mark Querty has to let them through with blue flags, as you can see on the right, the marshal with the blue flags. That's give Joe a little boost with DRS, and it's a 6/10 gap now instead of 3/10, which it was at the end of the straight. And very deep there goes Mr. Wiggles. If he had rear-ended him, that would have been terrible for the pair of them, and more even terrible for Mr. Wiggles, as he would have had front wing damage most likely. It's very wide again. He goes as another little slide for Joe. We're going to get the penalties up. It's 9 seconds for Joe, so it's currently, it's going to be Mr. Wiggles in P10, not Joe. So he's gotten 3 seconds every single time, and Bakeroid actually is going to be Mad G and Mohammed Gunner, and he is getting past Mohammed Gunner for P7 here in Portugal, and it is looking very good for him as he moves back up to P6, and he's going to chase down Doran with a couple of laps to go, as Lewis gets another 3-second time penalty, and Aiden just needs to gain 5/10 now to gain that P2. And actually I believe he'll have an all-British podium as at the end of this race, as Mr. Wiggles and Joe swap positions again, as very near miss, sorry, was Joe to the back of Mr. Wiggles, as they're now going to go side by side again into this next hairpin. And will he go for the dive? No, he's going to fight on there. He's hit him, and he's sliding all over the place now. Is Joe. Mr. Wiggles is on the older tyres though. I don't know why he isn't sliding, but Joe is. Maybe it's just the setup, as there we go, another slide for Joe. and you could see that one coming from a mile away, as he's now without a second, outside of a second, and he's probably going to drop behind the Vicious Vicar now, and it's not what he wanted at all. As Matt G, with 4 laps to go, he's looking very good. He's done an amazing race, and we're actually going to watch Aiden here. He's done an amazing race too. He's gone on the wrong strategy, obviously, and it's not paid off. He's tried to gamble, and it didn't pay off for him. And that's going to happen sometimes in racing. And well, you've always got to try, haven't you? But yeah, sometimes it fails, sometimes it pays off, and it'll get you the win. And it didn't this time, because unless there's a catastrophic, like, weird safety car now, there's no chance of him winning. No offense to him, there's no chance. As Aiden here, 3 seconds now. So the car ahead, he's going to possibly get P2 by the end of this race, because there is a 3-second time penalty for Lewis extra. So Lewis has got a 6-second time penalty compared to Aiden, who has a 3 normal. Just a 3-second time penalty normal, not 6. So it's only going to be only P2. It's still a good position on your, I believe it's his first race, as just Lodian and Mohammed Gunnar swap positions. As second 2 yellows, and that is a Red Bull going slow. That was Tim, I believe, going slow after a little spin, as just Lodian and Mohammed Gunnar swap positions. 20 lap olds, mediums that is there, and he's still going to fight back at just Lodian. And heading into turn 1, 3% battery's being used on the straight there, clearly. And those tyres are destroyed. You can see the line forming. This might be a puncture risk as we head later on in the race. I actually don't believe you can get a puncture on this damage. As Joe, he's going to go up the inside there of Mr. Wiggles, and they're still going to go side by side into the next corner, and there's no way you want to go side by side at all. And he's now going to get the 38 and another 3-second time penalty. That's going to increase that time penalties to 12 now, and it's not been the best day for Joe, really. I believe he started really high and then just got caught up in a few incidents and got a 9-second time penalty, as Mr. Wiggles actually gets a little loose out of that corner there, out of turn 5, I believe that is. Heading into turn 6, turn 7 now, and yeah, as we head on to lap 32 or 33, Tel Van Ham and Mark Querty, one of the few drivers, only 2 drivers to be lapped, as they are in their race on lap 32. They're currently on lap 31, I believe. There's a little slide there again for Tel Van Ham. Oh, that was not really good for him, and we're going to just get the gap to the leader now. As 3 seconds there is Lewis, 5 seconds is Aiden, and Mad G's he could be guaranteed P4 if he pit now. Yeah, you get P4, definitely. You get P3, sorry. So he could pit and go for the fastest lap, but I doubt he's going to do that. As who would do that? They're 3 seconds in front with a 3-second time penalty, and they're more or less gonna win in there. Joe and Mr. Wiggles, they're both caught in the corner, and Joe goes straight on and into the gravel, and I think they both collided or hit the inside curb and collided, because that has put Joe onto how many penalties now? 22 seconds of penalties. Oh wow. Tel Banham's got 15 seconds as well. I believe Joe got unlucky with that last penalty though, and yeah, it's just unlucky. That last penalty, as I believe he's at the inside curb and being launched into the stratosphere, I guess, and cut the corner. Unlucky for him, as Aiden Baker Reid actually going to ride on board with them, and maybe even Scooter Clem actually, as Mohammed Gunner's gone very wide there, and that has opened that's gave Scooter Clem an opportunity as they both head onto the final lap. This will be their final time round this racetrack, so this will be their final possibly their final overtaking opportunity, as there we go, Scooter Clem and Mohammed Gunner swapping positions for P8 and P9, and Joe has now lost another position to the Vicious Vicar, and yeah, there we go. Mad G, here we go, here comes Mad G, 20 lap home, hards, and he's done very well to manage the hards, he's done very well to manage the softs in his first stint. He's done a one stop, he's done what everyone else didn't do, and he's done it. He's pulled it off, and he's finished the race in P1 as he dips down that final corner, heads up to the top now, weaves absolutely as he should, and wins in Portimao, and he'll be followed by Aiden and Lewis, and then Kefu, and then, yeah, we're just going to wait until they all cross the line, so penalties can be added up. As here comes Kefu now, as Mad G has won for the second race in a row, and he has dominated this race. Wow. I'm just gonna go. Actually, no, we'll leave it up. We'll leave that up. I'll just ask them. Just. Yeah, don't worry, Lewis. It does happen in races sometimes. And Aiden. Okay, so Maggie cannot do an interview. That is all fine, mate. And who else was it? Aiden. Yeah, okay. I believe they should be added into the party. As I'll just double check that now. Yeah, okay. I'll just double check they're in the party now. As so played together. It should be Lewis. Yeah, he's in. And Aiden. Yeah, they're both in, so if they're watching, they can just join the party. And we've got Lewis in now, and we'll just, we'll get back to the menus, and then we'll start the interviews as we go into the showroom and pick the cars up. And Mad G wins from Aiden, Lewis, Spakeroy, Kefu, Doran, Gislodian, Mohammed Gunner, Scooter Clem, Mr. Wiggles, Forever 24, Hasbulla, Team Red, The Vicious Vicar, and Jur, Marquetti, Teller and Tel Banham are your race finishers. Fainaline, MK Mountain, Kilbert are your DNFs and DSQs. Yeah, it's been a great race, and cannot wait to go to the next round, which will start the interviews in a minute. So don't go anywhere. Aiden, you should be in the party already. It is on PlayStation. It says S4 GP5 comms booth. You can just join the party through that. We're all in that now, and yeah, it's not letting me leave the session. It's not so. Yeah, I guess we'll. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll just get underway now, because it's not letting me leave the session. So, obviously, Lewis, you're here. So, you had contact early on. Obviously, first of all, well done on the podium. Yeah, the contact earlier on with Team Red. How did that affect your race?
Well, it lost me like 10, 12 seconds. Like trying to spin around and cooling my tyres back off. So if that hadn't been there, then possibly could have won.
Yeah, did you have any side pod damage or floor damage from the collision with Hammer Gunner?
I don't think so. Because, I doubt it.
Okay, so obviously we saw Aiden absolutely dominate the qualifying session. Were you worried that he'd dominate the race, or?
Yeah, but then I managed to jump in right on the start. And also, I knew he'd done his tyres a lot in quali. He did like 4 laps on the softs in quali, so he's never going to go that long.
Yeah, and he succeeded on the undercut, obviously, originally on you and Mad G, but obviously that was helped by the contact. But you still fought back well to get P3, and with a penalty as well. I actually just got a message from Aiden.
Yeah, he's saying invite me, but...
Yeah. Are you on PS4? Because that might be the thing. As I am on PS5, it doesn't let me invite anyone because it's all like all done and that, and you can just join. But yeah.
I can't find him anyway, so...
That's invite to gate. It should be on Play Together, I believe.
Yeah, it's just... It says joined.
It's... Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, here we
he's
go.
in.
Here we go. So, yeah. Obviously, well done on the podium. It was great race. You did well to fight back, and you've... Well, actually, on that start, actually, how did you get the better start than Mad G and Aiden at the same time?
Well, for some reason, when I'm not starting in first, I start really well. I always jump positions off the start, so starting in second, I knew I could get there to begin with. And with his tyres, I knew I could keep ahead of him a little bit. Yeah.
Moving on to Aiden now. Obviously, you got jumped off the start, and then what was that like, getting jumped off the start by Lewis?
I don't have good start.
Yeah. Yeah, you pitted early. Was that like the plan all along, or did you want to go long, or did you be forced?
Rocket overcut Lewis and Rocket.
Mad G. Well, you succeeded in that, but you obviously didn't get the good enough gap. But it was still a great fight back. Were you worried about traffic when you tried to do the undercut?
No. I just overtook him like easy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was great race, and you obviously you dominated the qualifying session. Was that like, did you use the softs a lot in the qualifying? Was that the
I
plan?
was trying to get a 116.
When you were dominating, you were about 7 tenths ahead in the quali. Were you thinking you were going to dominate the race, or no?
Not really.
Okay. That's really all the questions I've got. Yeah, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next week with GP5. I believe GP4 is still on in the final few laps. Go watch that if you want, and we will see you all next week.